Hi there, the white guy in the mail today. The Zhiyun Crane M2. Let's unbox and check it out. So the package comes with a pouch and comes with this Social Geek review program. So with a free 6-month extended warranty. Hi, today I'm gonna show you the Crane M2 from Zhiyun. This is the first professional 3-axis stabilizer that works with GoPro, smartphone, point and shoot, and mirrorless camera, but of course not the full frame version or anything that's more than 760 grams. Right now I'm gonna unbox it and see what's inside. Okay, as we open this case, so this is what you get. Okay, the gel is a metal plate for your gears, a USB to USB-C cable, a smartphone clamp. It's all feel like metal, all metal, pretty heavy. A leather strap for the arms. It's kind of small though, this. The tripod mount. A little screw. And the last piece is the gimbal. Feel pretty sturdy. So you have your normal buttons, power button, the menu button, the joystick, the record button, the mode button, the zoom slide, the USB-C connector, and a 1/4-inch thread. I guess you could connect other peripherals, the trigger, the lock. So if I unlock this, oh cool. So to lock it back, all you had to do is switch it over to lock, turn it, and it's locked back. I want to show you the difference. So this is a Zhiyun Crane M2. This was my first gimbal, which is the Zhiyun Smooth Cube. So as you can see the size difference. And this is the Snooper gimbal, which is, it's folded up, so it's pretty small too, but when you compare the two of them, it's really close. And then once I unfold this, the height would be almost the same. First, we're gonna test the Sony A6400 with the 16-70 Sony F4 lens. I'm going to show you how to put the Sony A6400 with the 16-70 F4 lens into the gimbal. So first of all, take this plate, attach it like so, and then you're going to screw this screw, you're going to screw it on to the bottom, but make sure you don't tighten. I'll show you in a second why. You want to unlock this part. So to do this, you loosen the red knob here, and then you're gonna slide this up, okay? Then this thing will come out. The reason why you have to slide this out because of this metal part over here. There's a little pin that sticks up when it's down. When you push it up, the pin goes away. Now you want to turn it. Make sure the name is upright. Then you're gonna, let me show you in this position, might be easier. Then you're gonna slide this guy. Make sure this is loose so you can slide it over. So you're gonna slide it, it says 4-inch. So for the Sony A6400, I'm gonna slide to the 4-inch mark. And I'm gonna tighten it up just a notch so it doesn't slide. And then now I'm gonna turn this way. So once you put it to the unlock position, you could turn the neck. You had to turn this knob, make sure this part is loose. Once that is loose, push it up a little. As you can see, slide this in. Make sure it's snug. Once you've done that, you want to turn this knob, tighten it up. And then the other thing you want to adjust is the height over here. So you turn it, make sure it's loose, Here is the tilt axis setting. Normally I like to set it to 2.5, then tighten it up. The reason why you want to push, because it helps prevent the thick thumb screw from touching the memory lock and also the neck of the gimbal. As you can see, it's front heavy. So what you're gonna do, make sure this is not too tight. You're gonna go like this and then push the camera to the back. Enough for it to, so this is still not enough. So you wanna push a little more. So for my setup, I had it that much. Plate is right in front of the screen by a little bit. Whatever camera you have, you just have to push either front or back to make sure it's level like that. So right now, as you can see, everything seems okay. It's not that easy, but once you get a hang of it, then you kind of understand how everything's work together. So now it's perfect. The control face yourself, and then you power on. Press it for 3 seconds, it will power on, and now you're good to go. Press the M button to the L mode, then you could turn. Up and down. That is the process of how to set up this A6400 onto this gimbal. I have a Sony 35mm f1.8. Put in the 35 in here. Sony A6400 with the 35mm f1.8, which is total 579 grams. It's more heavy on the back now. So what you want to do is, same thing. You loosen the back. Actually, let me take this off first. So you loosen the screw, push the whole body to the front, just enough so it doesn't tilt back or forward. So it seems like that seems to work. The weight is more on this side, so you loosen this, push it. Okay, so we're good on this. I'm gonna show you how to put the smartphone onto the gimbal now. Make sure you get the Zhiyun smartphone holder. So the screw part goes facing down. Make sure your phone, the camera lens, it's on the top. So you're gonna put it on like this. You're gonna pull until it latches on, okay? You're gonna try to get the frame ready first with the plate. Make sure the Zhiyun is upright. And you're gonna slide the plate in. Make sure you unscrew the bottom. Push it in, and then there's a silver pin here that you push, and then you slide the plate in. I guess you could slide all the way in, then you adjust where the phone should go. So as you can see, there's 2 screws down here. It depends on the weight. I'm gonna try the one more towards the screen. So you screw it in, make sure it's not too tight. So as you can see, there's still a little adjustment because it's too close. So you could slide it over, push the whole phone over until you have the space. Once that is done, then you want to see how it's balanced. So now everything's going this way. So obviously you want to adjust this. Make sure it's not tight. Push it over until it's level. Okay, perfect. It's not gonna stay upright. You have to turn on the motor. So let's just say now it's perfect. Let's tighten up the screw in the back. The screw is tight. There's this knob that you can adjust if you want to. So if you loosen it, you can push it front or back. So you're gonna do it like this, then you power it on. And that's how you do the smartphone. Okay, so we're gonna try the vortex mode on this. So this is a lighter, so it will work. So remember, press the M button twice. Now in the go position, press it again to the vortex. So now I'm in vortex mode. And you can adjust it so it's a little tricky here. Okay, let me adjust it like that. Now I'm gonna turn. So that's your vortex mode. And then you go back to the PF mode, press the M button once to go back to PF, trigger twice. Now it's back to the original mode. Now I'm gonna show you how to put the action cam on to the gimbal. So with the gimbal plate, put the screw right in the middle of the slot and screw it on. Make sure when you screw it on, you see this? It's on the left against the slide-in plate. The reason why is for balance purpose. As you can see, this configuration, you're gonna slide the plate in while pressing this. And then once you slide it in, tighten it up. And as you can see, it's right heavy. So for GoPro, you basically just have to slide this all the way in, and then it's balanced. So in terms of GoPro, you don't have to worry about it being upright because the motors will lift it up. So you're gonna tighten this, make sure everything is tightened, and then we're gonna power on. And that's it. That's how you set up the GoPro. Once you power on, make sure you go into the menu and change the motor to the low. Okay, once you're in the low, okay, now you're gonna power on again. And then we're gonna try the vortex mode. So now, I'm in the vortex mode. Okay, I just powered on. This is with the Sony A6400. I'm gonna hit the record button, and then let's do some regular walking. So as you can see, that you have to spin it slowly. Okay, that's the PF mode. And then if I need to turn, I have to turn my wrist. So let's go into L mode. L mode is a lock mode where you could just use a joystick. So let's go to the POV. So POV is supposed to be so you could see the weight is too much for it to handle. So let's try, double click it, you're gonna get the Go mode. Go mode, well, you know what, I'm not gonna test because I don't think it's gonna work. Vortex mode. Vortex mode is not gonna work. Hey, wait a minute. What happened? It works. Huh. I tried it numerous times. This is the first time it works. That's kind of weird. Okay, so let's go back to PF and then double click the triggers, go back. I'm gonna do a ninja, this is a ninja walk. This is a regular walk. So you tell me if it's shaking or not. I'm gonna do a run as I turn around. Okay. Okay, that's the running. Click it 3 times to trigger. Now the selfie. So the problem is it doesn't turn completely 360 or 180. It doesn't turn completely 180. So, and then when I turn this, you see how it goes? It's kind of weird. Plus, now, okay, so that's the test for the A6400. Playing with this for a couple of days. Here's my conclusion. For $269, I mean, it's a really good price for what it's able to do. Currently, there's not one gimbal in this kind of price range that you could put a smartphone, an action cam, point and shoot, and a mirrorless. If you ask me, I really like the Ronin SC, but I think this is more suitable for a quick trip, like going out that you don't want to carry too much. Let me power it on so it doesn't wiggle so much. For the price, I think if they could price it for 200, that would be the sweet spot, because all gimbal that you could put the smartphone on is in between 60 to 100 right now. So for this to be 260, and then now you could see that Zhiyun has a Weibo, they dropped it down to $370. That's a really good price. But unfortunately, those are mainly for professional, kind of, because it's too big. It's not really something that you want to bring it out in a family trip or regular day. This, I must say, this I could just bring it out. It have its issues. Mainly my issue is the POV. It's kind of slow because I use the Zhiyun's Smooth Cube, and I also have another gimbal. Both of them works really well with the smartphone, I guess mainly because of the weight. This guy, it works, but sometimes when you point up and then when you come back down, it kind of throws you off in terms of where the axis comes back. But other than that, it works well. I think the footage were really smooth, because the main issue for me is the A6400 doesn't have image stabilizer. And everyone knows that even with the image stabilizer built in, it's still kind of shaky if you use handheld. There's no way you could run around. So overall, I think this one it's really good. I'm kind of pushing it in terms of the payload. This thing could handle 720 grams. This total with this lens is 730. It still work. There's no shakiness. It's the motor, I don't hear the motor noise. And then from time to time, when you play around, when it's off, like if it doesn't come back, then you have to manually push it back. The other thing I want to show you guys is I bought this little thing from on eBay, or they have it in Amazon. It's Ulenzi, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's the brand. What this could do is, first you have to take out the tripod and then see if it stands. Okay, then you're gonna screw this on, because with this camera, there's no way I could put a speaker or anything else. So I found this guy. What I could do is I could mount this mic and then put on this light. And then you're gonna screw this on. Well, should do it without the camera. And then I put the mic on here. So now this is my setup. Whoops, too bright. Something so cool about this LED is I could tilt this. And then when I want to lay it down, same thing. And that's it. Easy. And then I guess the other thing is put a quick release plate down here. So whenever you don't use it, you could just take it off and then store it into your bag. That's my conclusion. So it's good for $269. It's a pretty handy gimbal that works for all small gears. I hope this video gives you an insight on how this Zhiyun Crane M2 works. In the future, I'm going to continue to do more of these reviews. Okay, thanks.